Feeling like you constantly have to say sorry, even when you haven't done anything wrong. Do you find yourself apologizing for taking up space, for needing a little extra time, or simply for being yourself? It's a quiet burden many of us carry, a habit we've developed over the years, often without even realizing it. We apologize for things that are completely natural, things that are a part of who we are, especially as we navigate the later chapters of life. This constant stream of unnecessary apologies doesn't serve us. In fact, it can chip away at our confidence, our self-worth, and our joy. It sends a signal, both to ourselves and to others, that we're less important, less deserving of time and space. But what if you could shed that burden? What if you could stop feeling guilty for simply existing or for having needs? It's time to reclaim your confidence and your peace of mind. In this video, we're going to explore 7 common things that many older adults apologize for, and why it's absolutely time to stop. Letting go of these apologies isn't about being stubborn or rude. It's about embracing your value and living authentically. It's a powerful step towards feeling more empowered and respected. Get ready to challenge some old habits and discover a new way of being. Watch to the end for something that will surprise you. Let's dive right into the first thing many of us feel compelled to apologize for, even though we absolutely shouldn't. Apologizing for your pace. How often do you find yourself saying, "Oh, sorry, I'm so slow"? Maybe you're walking with someone, or getting out of a car, or even just reaching for something on a high shelf. There's this ingrained feeling that we need to keep up, that if we're not moving at the same speed as everyone else, we're somehow holding them back, and that warrants an apology. Think about it. Our bodies naturally change as we age. Maybe your joints are a little stiffer, your balance isn't quite what it used to be, or you just prefer to move through the world with a bit more deliberation. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's a natural part of life, a reflection of the many years your body has carried you. Apologizing for your pace is like apologizing for the weather or the sunrise. It's just the way things are. And it deserves understanding, not an apology. When you apologize for taking a little extra time, you're subtly telling yourself and others that your natural speed is somehow inconvenient or wrong. But whose standard are you measuring yourself against? Likely the hurried pace of a world that often doesn't appreciate the value of slowing down. Your pace isn't a flaw. It's simply your pace. It allows you to be more mindful, to notice details others rush past, and to move safely and comfortably. Instead of, "Sorry, I'm so slow," you could simply say nothing, or if you feel the need to acknowledge it, something like, "I'll be there in just a moment," or "Taking my time here." Shifting from an apology to a simple statement of fact reclaims your dignity. You are not an inconvenience because you move with care. You have the right to navigate your environment at a speed that feels comfortable and safe for you. This is especially true when it comes to things like getting around, walking, or even just completing daily tasks. There's a cultural pressure to be constantly productive and fast, but that doesn't serve us well as we get older. Our value isn't tied to how quickly we can do something. It's tied to our wisdom, our experience, our presence, and our contributions in countless other ways. So, the next time you feel that little urge to say, "Sorry, I'm slow," pause, take a breath. Remind yourself that you are moving at the pace that is right for you, and that is perfectly okay. It's not something you need to ask forgiveness for. It's simply how you are. And acknowledging that without an apology is incredibly empowering. It's a small shift, but it sends a powerful message. This is me, and I'm okay with that. Embracing your natural pace is an act of self-respect. Another apology we often utter unnecessarily is for needing help or asking for assistance. "Oh, sorry to bother you, but could you just..." Or, "I hate to ask, but could you help me with..." Why do we feel like needing help is an imposition that requires an apology? We live in a society that values independence, and there can be a fear of being seen as a burden. As we age, Things that were once easy might become more challenging. Lifting something heavy, reaching a high shelf, understanding a new piece of technology. It's natural and normal to need a hand sometimes. It doesn't make you weak or incapable. It makes you human. Interdependence is a natural part of life at any age, but perhaps it becomes more apparent as we get older. Children need help. Young adults learn to navigate complex systems by asking for help. And even in the prime of life, we rely on others for expertise, support, and collaboration. Needing help is not a sign of failure. It's a sign that you are engaged with the world and smart enough to know when to seek support. When you apologize for needing help, you're reinforcing a belief that you should be able to do everything yourself, and that asking for assistance is a personal failing. This isn't true. Asking for help allows others to feel useful and connected to you. It builds relationships and strengthens communities. Think about how it feels when someone asks you for help. Often, it feels good to be able to assist, doesn't it? So, when you are the one who needs help, extend that same grace to yourself and to the person you're asking. Instead of, "Sorry to bother you," try, "Could you possibly help me with this?" Or, "I would really appreciate a hand with." See the difference? You're making a request, not admitting a fault. You are simply stating a need. It's clear, direct, and respects both your need and the other person's ability to help. You are not a burden for having needs. You are a person seeking connection and support, which is a perfectly valid thing to do. Stop apologizing for needing people. We are social creatures, and relying on each other is fundamental to a fulfilling life. Embrace the opportunity for connection that asking for and receiving help creates. It's a beautiful exchange, not an imposition. Asking for help is actually a strength, showing that you are resourceful and connected to your community. Next up on our list of apologies to banish is apologizing for expressing your opinion or your needs. How many times have you caught yourself saying, "Sorry, but I think," or "Excuse me, but I actually need"? It's as if having a thought or a preference that might differ from someone else's, or stating a personal need, requires a preemptive apology. This habit often stems from a lifetime of being told, implicitly or explicitly, that our thoughts and feelings are less important, or that expressing them forcefully is somehow impolite or selfish. This can be particularly true for women of a certain generation, who may have been raised to prioritize the comfort and opinions of others above their own. But your voice matters. Your experiences, your perspectives, and your needs are valid and deserve to be heard. Apologizing for expressing your opinion dilutes its impact and suggests that you're not entirely confident in what you're saying. It also gives others permission to potentially dismiss what you have to say. When you apologize for stating a need, you're implying that your needs are somehow less important than whatever is happening around you. Neither of these things is true. You have earned the right to have an opinion based on years of living, learning, and observing. You have the right to express your needs, whether it's needing a break, needing a specific temperature, or needing quiet time. Instead of, "Sorry, but I think," try, "I believe," or "My perspective is," or simply state your opinion clearly. Instead of, "Excuse me, but I need," try, "I need," or "Would it be possible to," because I need. Phrasing your thoughts and needs as statements rather than apologies transforms them from tentative suggestions into confident contributions. You are not being difficult or demanding by having preferences or requiring certain things for your well-being. You are simply advocating for yourself. This is a sign of maturity and self-respect, not something to apologize for. Your voice is valuable, your thoughts are informed, and your needs are legitimate. Speak them with confidence, not with an apology. You have a wealth of experience and wisdom, and sharing that, or simply stating how you feel or what you need, is not an imposition. It is part of being a person in the world, moving from expressing opinions and needs. Let's talk about the apology we often make for taking time for ourselves or saying no to things. Oh, I'd love to, but sorry, I just need some quiet time. Or, sorry, I can't make it. I'm just feeling a bit tired. We apologize for prioritizing our own well-being, our rest, or our personal space. This often comes from a sense of obligation, feeling like we always have to be available, always have to say yes, and that choosing ourselves is somehow selfish. But the truth is, taking time for yourself and setting boundaries by saying no are absolutely essential for your physical and mental health, especially as you get older. Your energy levels might fluctuate. You might need more recovery time, or you might simply crave solitude and peace. These are not luxuries, they are necessities. Apologizing for saying no or taking personal time undermines your right to set boundaries. It implies that your need for rest or solitude is less important than the other person's request or expectation. It can also open the door for others to try and persuade you, because the apology makes your no sound less firm. Saying no without an apology isn't rude. It's clear and respectful of your own limits. Instead of, sorry, I can't because I'm tired. Try, thank you for the invitation, but I won't be able to make it. Or, I appreciate you thinking of me, but I need to rest. You don't owe anyone an elaborate explanation or an apology for prioritizing your well-being. Your time and energy are valuable resources, and you have the absolute right to decide how you want to spend them. Saying no to one thing allows you to say yes to things that truly nourish you and bring you joy, including simply resting. This is not selfish. It is self-preservation. It is recognizing that you are not an inexhaustible resource. And that is okay. Your well-being is a priority. And protecting it is a responsibility you have to yourself. Stop apologizing for taking the time and space you need to recharge and be well. Your health and happiness are worth protecting. And sometimes that means saying no to others so you can say yes to yourself. Another apology that needs to go is apologizing for your physical limitations or health issues. Sorry, I can't walk that far. Or, sorry, my back is acting up again. We live in bodies that have seen many years and have carried us through countless experiences. It is perfectly normal for things to change, for certain activities to become more challenging, or for chronic conditions to emerge. These are realities of aging, not personal failings. Apologizing for them can feel like you're apologizing for not being young anymore, or for the simple fact that bodies are complex and sometimes require extra care or have limitations. When you apologize for a physical limitation, you can feel like you're expressing guilt or embarrassment about something that is often beyond your control. You are not responsible for the natural process of aging or for health conditions you may have. These are facts of life, and while they may require adjustments, they do not require apologies. Instead of, sorry, I can't do that, because, try a simple, factual statement. I won't be able to do that. Or, I need to sit down now. If you need to provide context, you can. But without the apologetic tone. For example, my back is bothering me today, so I'll need to take it easy. This is stating a fact, not asking for forgiveness. Others can then respond with understanding and support, rather than you feeling the need to minimize your reality by apologizing for it. Your physical health and limitations are not something to be ashamed of or apologize for. They are simply part of your journey. Being open and direct about your needs and capabilities allows you to live more comfortably and safely. And it allows others to better support you. It's about being honest about your current state, not about expressing regret for it. Your body has served you well, and accommodating its needs is an act of respect, not a source of shame or an excuse for an apology. Transitioning from the physical. Let's talk about apologizing for your technology struggles. Oh, sorry, I'm so bad with computers. Or, you'll have to excuse me. I don't understand these apps. Technology is constantly changing, evolving at a pace that can be dizzying for anyone. Regardless of age, it's perfectly understandable to feel overwhelmed or confused by new devices, software, or online processes. The world of technology has transformed dramatically over the past few decades, and you may not have grown up with the same level of digital fluency as younger generations. This is not a personal failing. It's a generational difference in experience and exposure. Apologizing for not being instantly proficient with every new gadget or platform is like apologizing for not knowing how to fly a plane if you've never been trained. It's an unreasonable expectation. When you apologize for struggling with technology, you might feel inadequate or behind the times. But think about all the skills and knowledge you do possess. A lifetime of practical wisdom, historical perspective, emotional intelligence, and expertise in areas that don't involve screens and passwords. Those skills are incredibly valuable. Instead of apologizing for what you don't know about technology, focus on what you are willing to learn or what you need help with. Instead of, sorry, I'm terrible at this. Try, could you show me how this works? Or, I'm still learning how to use this. Framing it as a learning process or a request for assistance is much more empowering than an apology that frames it as a deficiency. You have every right to ask questions and take your time understanding new technology. You are not expected to be an expert in everything, and certainly not in fields that are constantly reinventing themselves. Be patient with yourself and curious about what you want to learn. Your value is not measured by your ability to navigate the latest smartphone update. It's in your character, your relationships, and the richness of your life experience. Embrace the opportunity to learn new things without shame, and stop apologizing for the learning curve. It's a brave thing to tackle something new, and that deserves credit, not an apology. Finally, let's address the last thing on our list, something that many older adults feel the need to apologize for. And that is apologizing for simply being present or for taking up space. This can manifest in subtle ways. Sorry, am I in your way when you're just standing in a queue? Or sorry to interrupt when you're contributing to a conversation, or even just feeling the need to apologize for being at an event or gathering. This stems from a deep-seated fear of being a nuisance, of being perceived as irrelevant, or of not belonging. It's heartbreaking to think that someone would feel the need to apologize for their very presence, their very existence in a space. But years of subtle messaging, ageism, or feeling marginalized can lead to this profound insecurity. You have every right to be where you are, to take up the space you need, and to participate fully in life. Your presence is not an inconvenience. It adds to the richness and diversity of any environment. Apologizing for being present reinforces a belief that you are less important, less deserving of space and attention. It can lead to you shrinking yourself, literally and figuratively, and holding back from engaging with the world. Instead of, sorry, am I in your way? You could simply move if you need to, or if you're not in the way. Just stand there confidently. Instead of, sorry to interrupt, you can wait for a natural pause or simply say, I'd like to add something here. Your contributions to conversations, gatherings, and communities are valuable. Informed by a lifetime of perspective, do not diminish yourself by apologizing for offering them. You belong. You are welcome. Your presence is a gift, not something to apologize for. Standing tall, speaking your mind, and simply existing in a space without apology is a powerful affirmation of your self-worth. It tells the world, and more importantly, it tells yourself, I am here, and I deserve to be. Embrace your right to be present, to be seen, and to be heard. You have earned your place in the world many times over. So, we've talked about the 7 things many of us apologize for unnecessarily: our pace, needing help, expressing opinions or needs, taking time for ourselves or saying no, physical limitations, technology struggles, and simply being present. Think about how much lighter you might feel if you could shed those apologies. It's not about becoming someone who never says sorry. Genuine apologies for actual wrongdoings are important for maintaining relationships. This is about eliminating the unnecessary apologies, the ones that undermine your confidence and suggest you are less than for simply being yourself or navigating the natural challenges of life. Stopping these apologies is a process. It requires awareness, noticing when you're about to apologize and pausing. It requires courage, choosing a different way of speaking or acting. And it requires self-compassion, understanding that this is a habit built over years, and it might take time to change. But every time you catch yourself and choose not to apologize for something you shouldn't, you are reclaiming a little piece of your power, your dignity, and your self-respect. You are reinforcing the truth that you are valuable, capable, and deserving, just as you are. Imagine the freedom in moving at your own pace without feeling guilty, in asking for help without feeling like a burden, in expressing your thoughts confidently, in protecting your energy without explanation, in acknowledging your physical reality without shame, in learning new things without embarrassment, and in simply existing without feeling the need to justify your presence. This shift isn't just about words. It's about a change in mindset. It's about truly believing in your own worth, not despite the years you've lived, but because of them. You have navigated so much, learned so much, contributed so much. This stage of life is one where you deserve to live with ease, confidence, and authenticity. You've earned the right to be unapologetically you. Small changes, like dropping an unnecessary "sorry," can build momentum, leading to greater self-acceptance and a stronger sense of self. It can change how others perceive you, but more importantly, it changes how you perceive yourself. It allows you to stand taller, speak clearer, and live more fully. Don't underestimate the power of stopping these little apologies. It's a profound act of self-love and empowerment. You are not an inconvenience. You are not a burden. Your experiences, your body, your needs, your pace, they are all valid parts of your unique journey. Embrace them, celebrate them, live them without apology. What did you think of these 7 things? Which one resonates with you the most? Have you noticed yourself or others making these apologies? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Let's learn from each other. Your insights are incredibly valuable. If this video helped you see things a little differently, please give it a like. It really helps the channel and lets me know what kind of content you find helpful. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing for more videos like this, aimed at helping you live your best life at every age. We've got lots more wisdom and encouragement to share. Remember, it's never too late to step into your full power. Stop apologizing for being you. Live your best life, unapologetically, starting today.